Hello students. In our last class we studied about control and coordination in animals. Today our topic is control and coordination in plants. But before doing that I want to tell you about hormones. Hormones are the chemicals which are secreted by endocrine glands. If we talk about animals, it is secreted by endocrine glands, but in case of plants there are no endocrine glands, so we will write endocrine glands in animals into the blood. Okay, they act as messengers and control many processes like growth and development, metabolism, sexual functions, reproduction, etc. there are characteristics there are some characteristics of hormones. First is they are secreted by endocrine glands in small amounts. Students, please remember, they are secreted in very small amounts. They are secreted directly into the blood by endocrine glands, and then they are transported throughout the body. They are the chemical messengers that act slowly. Except adrenaline, this adrenaline hormone works fast because it is the hormone of emergency, na? That is why. They may be proteinaceous in nature, they may be made up of polypeptides, amino acids, or even steroids. Their low concentration is very effective. Even in small amounts, they are very effective in producing their response, in their producing their effect. They are specific for the specific targets. It means their targets, their organs on which they work are particular. All hormones do not work for the common target or common organ. Okay, there are particular hormones for particular organs. Now our topic is control and coordination in plants. Control and coordination in plants. This topic we will study under two headings. First we will study about the chemical coordination in plant, that is done by phytohormones. Phytohormones are, phyto means plant and hormones means the chemical messengers. So the chemical messengers which are found in plants are phytohormones. And next topic is plant movements, the movements, the locomotory movements that is done by plants. Okay, so first our topic is phytohormones, that is plant hormones. The chemicals which coordinate growth, development and responses to the environment in plants are phytohormones. There are five plant hormones in our syllabus. First is auxins. These auxins are synthesized at the tip of shoot, at the tip of stem, and they help in cell elongation. Elongation means increase in the length of the cell. Okay, cell elongation, increase in the length of the cell. And next is they are involved in the growth movements. This topic, the growth movements, we will study after this plant hormones topic. So the growth movements like phototropism, geotropism, in these movements these auxins hormones help. Next is gibberellins. These gibberellins also help in the growth of stem. Next is cytokinins. Cytokinins promote cell division. Okay, it increase the division of cells, so it helps in increasing the number of cells in the plants. They are present in greater concentration in fruits and seeds. Thus, they help in ripening of fruits, and they also help in maturing of seeds. Okay, formation of seeds. Done. Next topic is abscisic acid. Abscisic acid, it is a hormone and it is antagonistic hormone. Antagonistic means which work in opposite way, because all the three hormones that we studied just now, that is auxins, gibberellins and cytokinins, they are increasing the growth, right? But this hormone inhibits growth, it causing wilting of leaves, falling of leaves. Okay, and it is a stress hormone. Why distress hormone? Because it is inhibiting the growth, it is inhibiting, it is working oppositely, right? That is why it is called stress hormone. Next is ethylene. It is the only gaseous plant hormone, and this helps in ripening of fruits. Okay, now our topic, this topic phytohormones complete here, and our next topic, that is last topic, is plant movements. Students, plants doesn't have any kind of central nervous system, they don't have nervous system, okay, that we studied in animals. So their movements are quite slow, right? So these movement, the slow movement in plants are categorized into two parts. First is growth dependent movements, in which plants show its response by growing towards the stimulus, and second is growth independent movement, where growth does not occur. The growth dependent movements are called tropic movements, and growth independent movements are called nastic movements. Okay, growth movements or tropic movements are also called directional movement. Why? This is very important. Why they are called directional movement? Because the direction of response depends on the direction of stimulus, from where the stimulus is coming. The direction of stimulus determines the direction of response. Okay, and always growth takes place in this process, in these movements. These movements are shown by growth. Okay, and the nastic movements, the direction of response does not depend on the direction of stimulus. It depends on stimulus but not on the direction of stimulus. Okay, this will be more clear by the examples that we will study later. That is another characteristic of this non-directional movement is growth may or may not be involved. In some type of nastic movements growth occurs, and in other types growth is not involved. Okay, now we will study the types of tropic movements and nastic movements one by one.